Hello. Hi. Hi, how's it going? This is Pocket. He's the snuggliest boy. He thinks that he gets my pillow. He thinks that he gets the people pillow. So every night he pushes me off. But he's a sweet little bean. Ooh, and his hair is everywhere. I don't know if you can see that coming off him, but his hair is everywhere. Good morning from Arizona. That is Pocket. Can you hear him? Yeah, he's a little sweetie. You're sweet. You're sweet. That's so funny that you can hear him all the way over there. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Hi. So I have some coffee and I have my crochet stuff, and I was thinking we would just have some Saturday morning coffee. I know you're here to see Pocket. I know everybody's here to see Pocket. That's okay. I would be too. I get it. I'm trying a new brand of coffee this morning. I think it's all right. Yeah, I think it's okay. I have an espresso machine, and I made a little vanilla coconut latte this morning, and I was really excited about it. But it's a different brand, so I wasn't sure how it was gonna go. But I'm feeling pretty good about it. Okay, so this is what. Hang on, here we are. I am making a hat. It's gonna be a hat. Oh, thank you, Pocket. I'm making a hat. One of my buddies from Swords has been helping me a lot study for a test. Did I tell you guys about the test? I don't remember if I did or not. But anyway, he was telling me he has lovely giant curly hair, and he was telling me that he can never find hats that fit. And I was like, I feel uniquely qualified to help you with your hat situation. So I'm trying to make him a hat that will fit. And that is just where we're going this morning. You are purring pretty loud. Can our friends hear you? I think maybe they can. Good morning. Somebody said they were in Arizona. I'm assuming it's not -20 there. How is it in Arizona? What am I studying for? So my sword club has an advancement test, and I've been going to sword since August of 2023. No, 2022. August of 2022. And I passed the beginner's class at like 8 weeks. So like Christmas of 2022. And then I've been doing like the intermediate stuff and whatever. And they have an exam to get into like the advanced classes and to teach and stuff like that. And they've been telling me to take it for years. And I've been telling them like, no, I'm not ready. I still feel like a beginner, but I've been like doing it for 3 years and like also like realistically not a beginner before. Not a beginner anymore, I should say. But so I'm studying for that exam, and there's a lot to it. But like I know it, but like I want to be able to demonstrate, Anyway, tiny hat with ear holes. I tried to make a pocket sweater one time with little just that went over like the front half of him, with little armholes, and it was like a little mock turtleneck, and it was of this like really thick, really soft yarn, and he hated it. He hated it so much. We put it on him, and he just flopped over to the side of him, and he was like standing like that, and he refused to walk, and he refused to move. So Pocket will not allow me to dress him up, but like not in a mean way. He just kind of went on strike. He was a Pocket on strike. You can hear the purr machine from there. Good, that's so exciting. That's so exciting. He's a happy boy. Yeah, happy boy. At the vet, they gave him, I don't know what it's called. I don't know how you pronounce it, but it's like these little packets of like it's like a wet food treat kind of churu or something. I don't know how you're saying it, but I got them some for the house, and Pocket hair everywhere. How did that happen? And so they get them after dinner sometimes now, and he, like the little purring and the meowing that he does, it's just, I'll try to get a video for you guys so you can experience that. Is it a written test or demonstration of your abilities? It's demonstration. So there is like a study packet that they put together. I don't know how deep into HEMA stuff you are in the way that I am, but Johannes Lichtenauer maybe lived and maybe didn't live, but he was a German sword master. And there's like it's called the Zettel, but it's like a poem situation of all of his like techniques and things like that. And people have studied them, and a lot of the later HEMA German fencing masters based their stuff on his teachings. And so our test, they call it the Hauptstück, which I'm probably mispronouncing because it's a German word and I unfortunately don't speak German yet, is like his primary foundational teachings. So it's like, I think it's 17 skill-based things, talking about like the parts of the sword, the history of the sword, the history of the, of the system, and then just showing and making sure my technique is solid on these different things that I have to demonstrate, which like you guys have probably seen me do it. I don't know if you've watched the videos, hopefully you've watched the videos, but there's a couple of like cuts that I practice all the time that are like the foundational, like the warm-up cuts that I do usually. Hang on. If we're pretending here, hi Bubs. Like over, under, over. It's called a Meyer square, but some of the cuts are from this like little intro thing that I've been practicing. You two refuse to move and flop over when you have to wear pants. Yeah, no, Pocket was like strictly against it. Oh, interesting with the stitches. So I don't want to like go right into art teacher mode, but I'm happy to help. I don't know what my hair is doing. So what I'm doing is like faking a ribbing stitch. But there's different parts to a crochet stitch. Let me show you on the front because I feel like that's maybe the easiest to see. So we have each of these like long vertical thingies is a stitch, but the top of it is usually where you would put, hang on, your hook through, like this part right here. So usually you would go into there, and that's like the main part where you put your hook in. But what I'm doing is I'm going on the top, and you can do in the front loop there or the back loop here. And I'm crocheting into the back loop only, and then flipping it and then going in the back loop only, which is giving it that like kind of pretend ribbing look. I don't know if that made sense. I hope it did. But it lets the hat flex. Good job. He's attacking my crochet. It lets the hat flex a little bit more so that it gives the wearer of the hat a little bit more space, and it's a little comfier, relaxes a bit. Good morning. Good morning. Imagine traveling to different countries and learning their sword styles. Yes. What a dream. What a dream. I have an internet friend who does different styles of sword fighting stuff, and he recently went to South Asia somewhere. I don't remember what country because I think he went to more than one, but he was doing like some HEMA stuff with them, but he also does like traditional Asian martial arts, and like just what a dream. I think it would be so cool. They're also one of my friends from grad school did Portuguese. It was like dancing fighting, like I don't remember the name of it, and I wish I did, but there's so many cool martial traditions that you can study. I would love to. I've been watching a lot of Muay Thai videos recently, with like just these like monster roundhouse kicks and things like that. Looks like a lot of fun. I don't know, man. I would learn everything. Oh, good. I'm glad our little mini crochet lesson helped. Honestly, actually, maybe one day we can do like a little beginner crochet thing and we can kind of go through stuff together. I would do that if that was of interest. Travel sword latte. Oh my God, yeah. And then we could try coffee in every place we visit. That would be fun. That would be so fun. I got to figure out how we're funding our new travel account. That would be spectacular. That would be spectacular, right, Pocket? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? You say hello? Mwah. Yeah, he's a good Pocket. He's a good Pocket. He, I think he's been feeling a little better, which is wonderful because I was worried when he was sick. But he's, I think that was the end of November that he got sick and had his surgery and stuff. But he's been doing great, and he has not yet put any weight back on. He used to be a little bit round, and then the surgery and stuff, he lost a lot of weight. But I am confident I can make you at least a little chubby again. I am confident. Yeah. I don't know if you're hearing that wind, but it's crazy. My neighbor has it's like a little winter flag. There's like a little bunny rabbit with a winter hat on. And it is fully horizontal. Like it's like flapping in the breeze, but it's like fully like out just to the side. That's crazy, actually. But Brazilian dance fighting. No, it's not oh, it's capoeira. Thank you for the capybara. That's so funny. Yes, capoeira. Hang on. Yes, thank you so much. Yeah, it was so cool. And she would share like videos of it and stuff. And I was like just in awe. I also don't dance. So like just the combination of those things was really impressive to me. Yeah, me too. Pocket. It was a scary thing. And they did like a really, really intense surgery on him. And he's been recovering great. So I'm stoked. The cost of that surgery, I am also still reeling at the cost of that surgery. I think it was like $7,000 or $8,000. So I had some good savings, but now I have a pocket. So worth it. The vet stuff in this country, I think, is very expensive because it all costs so much, and we don't have pet insurance because by the time we went to go get pet insurance, he wasn't going to qualify because he already had like a pre-existing whatever. So anyway, yes, he will be slightly rotund. Cost of healthcare never surprises you anymore, sadly. I wish I was in that boat. I feel like I should like be more accustomed to it at this point, and it still is crazy to me. I found myself on Turkish tourist healthcare recently. I don't know, TikTok recently. I don't know if you guys have seen any of that. But this girl and her family had traveled to Turkey just like, to sightsee and things like that. Istanbul is beautiful. And they had done health tourism, and they went to this, like, it looked like a spa. It looked like a luxury mall. Thank you. Yeah, he was worth it, right? You were worth it. And it was like a hospital. It wasn't even a mall, but they like got like full body MRIs, and they did all these like preventative, I don't know, whatever, like full body screenings and cosmetic procedures and all this stuff. And like for like days at this hospital with like every procedure you can imagine, it was like, $6,000 to $10,000. Like it wasn't like, I feel like one test here could run you that, but it was crazy. Yes, good morning and hello, Pocket. I think I've done it properly on YouTube. I don't really know. I'm kind of new to YouTube stuff in general, and I feel like a lot of it confuses me, but I'm doing my best. Doing my best over there. What's fiction? The Turkish healthcare? I wish it was. No, it's if I find it, I'll send you the TikTok. But I was like watching it, like, this feels like fiction. Hair transplant stuff. Yeah, I've heard that's pretty popular there. I am not in the market for a hair transplant, but if I ever do, I will do find myself in that position. I definitely will look more into it. Medical tourism, the idea of medical tourism just kind of makes me sad. I wish everybody had access to all the things they needed, but unfortunately, I don't get to fix that. If I were in charge of things, I don't want to be in charge of things, but anybody who would elect me, no, that's not how that's going to go. Went down to Mexico. Oh, wow. I mean, hey, Germany has incredible doctors, right? I mean, so I hope it went well for both of them. I don't know if you guys saw, I feel like it was last year. There was a lady who went to Guadalajara for like a total like facelift procedure. She looked like a completely different person, and it was like kind of horrifying. I don't know if you guys saw. Cat for president? No, absolutely not. No, that's not. Nope. Can you imagine? I'd be like, all right, so every elementary school is gonna implement a martial arts program, and also art. And we're going to take down the standardized tests by like 1,000,000,000%. We don't know Pocket's policies. Pocket, chaos. His policies are chaos. He's a strict, I want to say chaotic good, but I think he's chaotic neutral as far as alignment goes. He is pro snack time. He is pro knocking things off the cabinet. Pocket's greatest goal in life is to eat ham steak. And that's like probably the worst thing for him. He's on like a low protein diet because his kidneys and like low sodium, whatever. And so ham steak is probably like the worst thing he could consume. I have a policy and a plan. Oh no. Yeah. That no pants, pets, snacks, naps is 100% Pockets. What's the word I'm looking for? Tagline? Slogan? Whatever. I sold you. Yeah, no, but I don't want the job. That's that's too funny. Yeah, man, I don't know. I don't know if you saw the Mom Donnie did a press conference, I think it was yesterday, about like implementing new like childcare policies and programs and whatever. And there were little kids up on the podium, and they were like, oh, woo, woo, woo. And he was like, that's how I felt when I first started coming up with this program. And it was actually like incredibly funny. But it was also very much giving like millennial who did improv in college, but like in a really spectacular way. So it's people who don't crave that. No, you guys. That, yeah, maybe. Especially these days, the people who want the power. Hey, no, you're in the emotional support pocket has moved. Oh, he's having breakfast. That's all right. But oh yeah, geez, I don't know why he's shedding in the middle of winter, because you would assume that they wanted to keep the coat. Congrats. Nope. I sure don't want that job. Not these days, right? Although maybe anyone would be. Anyway, you know how I feel about that. But crazy world that's happening. Cat for real. What have we done here? I feel like we accidentally started a cult. Did we? Is that what happened? I was like, oh yeah, I'll do a live. Maybe people will come. Starts a cult by accident. Don't do it. You guys are goofy. Is anybody doing anything fun today? Or this weekend? We have anything good going on? Glad you guys. A queen. No. That's too funny. Yeah, but that's the test, right? She has to pass the test. She has to give up the ring. I don't want the ring. Maybe I'll put on Lord of the Rings. My intent, I've been cleaning out my whole house. The closets are now out of the closets. And I think that a good way to help put them back into the closets would be to have the extended editions on in the background. You guys are okay. You've talked me into it. I'll put on Lord of the Rings again. Meal prep and errands. Oh, that's good. What are you making? What's for meal prep? I have been so extremely uncreative with kitchen stuff lately. Last night was like frozen pizza and appetizers. Because I was like, I'm not cooking. Fridays especially, like after work, I don't want to do much of anything. Let's see. We got YouTube is confusing to me. It's giving me like benchmarks and things to do, and I had gone viral on YouTube in October, and it's been giving me like checklists of things to do, and one of them was going live, which is why we started all of this in the first place. But I think live on Instagram might be more fun because you guys are over here. Orange chicken, sausage and peppers, lasagna. Hey, we're going to your house. That sounds phenomenal. A meteor shower. Oh, that is so cool. I hope it is. I hope your weather is going to hold up. Do you are you able to take photos of that kind of stuff? Because I don't know if that requires special lenses or anything. My knowledge of that is not very intense. Good morning. Hello. Big amounts of stuff, bringing it to parents and friends. So you're the MVP is what you're saying. You're coming by with truckloads of food and everybody's probably stoked. That sounds phenomenal. Every now and then when I'm feeling particularly mom friend, I bake and I bring things to Swords. And everybody's like hungry and sparring, right? So it's the best. I think it's a lot of fun. Good morning. Hello, everybody. Hi, Pat. Good morning. Come here, Pocket. Come here, bub. He's back. He had some breakfast and now he's back. Yeah, that's the problem with like the gear and whatever. I only know because like I've tried taking terrible pictures of the moon on my cell phone, and it doesn't work out. So I imagine that like real photography is a little more complicated. Good morning, everybody. Hello, hi. Here's Pocket. Here's Pocket. Yeah, we're just having some coffee and crocheting and chatting a little bit. The Return of the King. Yeah, we got Lord of the Rings themes this morning. We got an upside down cat. Hey, Bubs. So all good stuff. Nice and cozy indoors. Whew. I had originally seen that there was going to be like larger amounts of snow today. We got like a little dusting, but I gotta tell you, I am ready for more sun. That is for darn sure. Hi, Nancy. How's it going? How's it going? Yeah, Pocket's the best. I guess we'll keep you, even if you knock food over. Even if you try and steal my son's chicken nuggets. That's his favorite. Is he'll like try and like casually like put his little paw onto the plate and like scooch one off as if we're not right in front of you. Yeah, Pocket's like greatest yearning in life is to eat people food, and it's the worst thing for him. The 60% of you are here for Pocket. I would be surprised if it was as low as 60%. I sort of assumed it was 100%. But I would be very flattered by only 60% of you being here for Pocket. Hello, Uncle. Hello. Hello, good morning. We're just having a little coffee, doing a little chat. Good morning. You're supposed to get snow. Yeah, I don't know, man. This winter is crazy. Yeah, that's too funny. A friend of mine lives in Louisville, Kentucky, and like the cold snap has been all the way out that way too. They've been getting hit with snow a lot. I think I never put it together that Kentucky gets winters like that, but it seems pretty intense. Good morning, everybody. We're just chit-chatting. We're just having some coffee and crocheting, making a little hat. Pocket is, of course, the star of the show, as is his custom. I don't know where Thor went. I think Thor was taking a nap. But maybe Thor will grace us with his presence at some point. But yeah, all good things. Good things coming. You have a friend in Louisville. I haven't been out that way, but I've heard it's like really cool. I know they do all kinds of fun, like bourbon and baseball things, which feels like a great way to start. Do I ever stare at stuff with my pets, showing them? I want to share their interest too. I have not. They do have a couple of toys. They have like the feather on a line, like the feather on a fishing rod kind of thing, that they like to play with us. Tornado season. I have never heard a tornado siren in my life. I've never been for any extensive amount of time in a place that experiences tornadoes. I feel like that's got to be horrifying. Like I can't even, like I picture Wizard of Oz. Like I have no frame of reference. The cats have met the dogs, but when they were little. So the puppies, we brought them home in March last year, which is crazy to think about. And they were somewhere between 12 and 15 pounds, I think. So they were like not that much different in weight than Pocket and Thor. And now the puppies are 60 and 70 pounds and something like that. But so they're big. When they were little, and they met the cats, Thor was like curious but wary, and Pocket was like ready to brawl. I think Pocket like got all puffy. His like scruff went up, and he like was like staring and then ran away. Thor was like a little bit more civilized, which I think we probably expected anyway. But that I think was pretty funny. Floor time to decompress, 100%. Twisters are terrifying. Open the front. Oh my gosh, yeah. Well, watching, I think any kind of like window or like street view for pets is like so interesting. I think I could definitely get, like the neighborhood old lady with a rocking chair by the front window, front porch vibes. I think I could live that way. I think Thor would love it too. Pocket's like interested in outside, but he seems more interested in laying in the sun than he does like investigating what's going on in the neighborhood. Thor like wants to know. He wants to be involved. He wants to be current and up to date. Pocket is more like he's here for the luxury of napping in the sun, which, like, who could blame him? You know, it's not something I don't understand. Hey, Bubs. So that's pretty good. That's good stuff. I feel like this is pretty, I don't know, I feel like this is nice. Spiritually, oh yeah, absolutely. Spiritually, I am a grandma. For sure, for sure. I think I was born 85 years old and the rest of me is just kind of catching up. That's so funny. Video compilation of Pocket stealing nuggets from children. Yeah, it would just be live feed of his everyday. It's just a little chaos demon. That's so funny. Yeah, no, Thor is the responsible little gentleman. Pocket, I don't know if I told you. I think this was last week. There was I made like mashed potatoes and gravy, and there was like a thing of gravy on the counter, and Pocket was trying to eat it. I was like not even 10 feet away from him, and he knocked it incredibly all over the kitchen. It was on the cabinets, it was on the floor, it was on the garbage can, like it was just like a cup of gravy. It was everywhere. It was incredible. And then Pocket had gravy on him, so I'm like trying to chase him around the apartment to get the gravy off the cat. It just there's never a dull moment. There's never a dull moment. Isn't that right? Yeah, it's entertaining. It is pretty entertaining. That's so funny. That's funny. Are you a funny cat? Yeah, he says he's a funny cat. Yes, the level of chaos is pretty impressive. Yeah, I don't know. Pocket is Loki. Yeah, actually, that probably we got Pocket first. We got Pocket about a month or two. Got Pocket on my birthday in 2016, and Thor we got at the end of July. So that's almost 3 months apart. But that would have been a good name. Would have been a good name setup for sure. So yeah, I was thinking I might get to the end of this row, and then I need another cup of coffee for sure. So I may end up going to do that. But I feel like this has been unexpectedly fun. When I did it, like when I did the surprise live, whenever that was 2 weeks ago, and I like didn't tell anybody, I feel like TikTok was like a little weird because like random people that I didn't know kept like requesting to join the live, and I was like, wait, I don't know if that's good or not. And I was like just very like nervous. But this is actually, I don't know, this feels like hanging out. What am I making? I am making, ooh, you gotta make coffee, friend. It's too early for not having coffee. I am making a hat for one of my friends at Swords who's helping me take my advanced test. He's helping me work through some of the techniques and stuff to make sure I know how to demonstrate everything before I go do it. Lady Sif, I don't know that reference, but I believe you. Yeah, TikTok is weird, especially now. Like I mean, it's always been weird, but like since they sold to Oracle, the algorithm has shifted in a way that's like very confusing and kind of like weird and off-putting. So I don't know if I'm going to be on TikTok for long. You set an alarm for this. Oh my goodness. I am so flattered. I hope it was worth it. You've gotten a lot of Pocket time, so I'm hoping that it wound up being worth the early morning. It's funny. I am normally a 5 a.m. kind of girl, against my will, not on purpose. So 8 o'clock, I was like, oh, that's reasonable, but maybe it's not. Good morning. Oh my goodness. I'm so flattered. Hello. Good morning. Just to come hang out for a bit. That's so wonderful. But if it ends up, I don't know, I feel like this was nice. If it ends up being something that we want to do again, it definitely, I mean, it's not hard, so I'll sit here and crochet with you. It sounds great. Lady Sif and the Warriors 3. No, I don't know. I will. I'll have to look it up. I still have not watched the Lord of the Rings anime, which I have been thinking I really want to do. So maybe that'll be a tonight thing, especially if I got to find indoor stuff. I was going to take my car to get inspected today, but I kind of don't want to. That may be a tomorrow or Monday thing because it's kind of nasty out, but we'll see. So yeah, all good things. Okay. Oh, I have to look. That's so exciting. I am patently terrible at watching TV, so it might take me a little while. Mixed things about Werther Him. I did too. I wanted to go see it in theaters, but then they took it out of theaters a bit. I know how words work. They took it out of theaters like almost immediately. Like I feel like it was, I want to say it was December of 24. And I had plans to go see it like the weekend after, and it was like already gone, which I thought was kind of insane. But the art looked pretty cool. I wound up finding an art book on it at Barnes and Noble, and the backgrounds were like absolutely unbelievable. But yeah, super limited. I don't know, maybe it was. I was worried that like maybe it had bombed, so they just like took it out of theaters. That's so interesting. Hello, good morning. Yeah, I don't know. I just especially at night, like I just don't. I mean, usually I'm just doom scrolling. I'm not necessarily doing anything productive, but I never like actually sit down and watch things anymore. But Tolkien fans are discerning. Oh, thank you. I don't know if I go that far, but I do I do appreciate it. I also feel like there's lots of new Star Wars things to like. I haven't seen Andor. I haven't seen any of the new Star Wars things either. I feel like there's a lot of it now that I have not caught up on. I should do less doom scrolling, but honestly, the doom these days, the quality is the highest level doom. Hello, good morning. Good morning, good morning. So, good. Ooh, that is pretty good. That is pretty good. The new, that actually, hang on. That might work out. I got new espresso, and I like that a lot. We'll see what happens. I think I'm still perusing. I got a new to me espresso machine a couple summers ago, and I'm still trying to figure out what I like best and how to make that work. I've heard people who have seen Andor seem like so into it, which usually is a good sign, right? Hopefully the stuff stands up to the hype. Yeah, okay, this is the classics though. This is the original. This is the original trilogy. This is one of my favorite mugs because it's enormous. It's like the size of, bigger than Pocket's hat actually. But one of my favorites. This was a present from a student many years ago, like maybe a decade ago. My original batch of students from many moons ago. No, I didn't think you were throwing shade. I took it as like a little joking. The Jar Jar mug. I have horrifying news. The youths have come around on Jar Jar. The youths are like, justice for Jar Jar. He's the favorite, you know. Good morning, Kate. Giant R2D2 mug. Yeah, that's spectacular. They do have good merch. You got to give them that. The Star Wars franchise. It's a good thing they got going, and they know it. I went this summer. I was in Disney, and my son, he really likes Young Jedi on Disney Plus. It's for little kids, and when we got into Batuu, Black Spire Outpost, whatever they're calling it, his eyes were like it was the coolest thing for him to see. Yeah, I know the youths love Jar Jar. Good for the youths. Yeah. I mean, his little redemption arc. Honestly, when I was a kid, I thought he was very funny. So I guess fair enough. I also heard that Hayden Christensen. I know how words work. Hayden Christensen is kind of getting his moment again, which I think is nice. Yeah, they really do like them. Which I think is, the story there is interesting, right? The story there is compelling, which is how we got them in the first place. There's moments that I, don't consider my favorite, but I actually have an even hotter take than any of that. And I loved The Force Awakens, which I know nobody thinks. But I was so excited to see a Force-sensitive girl as the main character that I was like, this is so cool. I don't care any part of the rest of it. This is just like the most encouraging experience. Yeah, seeing Hayden Christensen and his reaction to the fans and to like getting all that love and like it's the best. Yeah, and honestly, like a lot of the acting choices, like, you know, they were what they were. Like the sand, it gets everywhere, but like that's on the writers too. You know, I don't know. The Force Awakens. Yeah, I think the whole nobody's in here who hasn't seen stuff, right? Like I don't want to spoil things. And somehow Palpatine like give me a fucking break. Like please. I think she deserved a lot better. I loved the music. I loved the characters. I loved our force sensitive friend Finn. I thought he deserved a lot better. I thought Rey deserved better. I thought like some of the characters that they created for the new trilogy were really compelling. But somehow, yeah, right. I just like give me a break. I can't. But I think I don't know. I know everybody wonders this all the time. Love BB-8. I think BB-8 is so good. In what the heck is the name of it? Was it Rogue One? K2SO, whatever he was, the big tall sarcastic droid, I thought was really spectacular. Yeah, there's so much cool stuff. There's so much cool stuff that happens. I think now I want to watch Star Wars too. I don't know. Lord of the Rings and Star Wars. I can't do all of those movies in one day. But I could try. Rogue One is the best Star Wars movie. Support. Full support. Fully agree, even. That movie, like, and even I went in going like, you know, I don't know. We know how it's going to end. So, like, am I really going to like it? And then I was like, actually, no, this is one of the best movies I've ever seen in my life. Loved it. That is actually so funny. Steven Spielberg was like, here's my list of demands. Number 1. Hilarious. Pocket, what are you doing with that tail, bub? What are you doing? He's mad because I'm not petting him. He's fully in my lap and wrapped around my limbs. You know what, buddy? You're right. You're so right. You're so correct. All right. We are at the end of this row. 1, 2, 3. All right, there we go. And I think 12 hours of extended editions. Yeah, I believe in me. That's right. I went to go see Hadestown recently, 2 weeks ago. It was unbelievable. If you do not know the music, recommend, like fully recommend. But it's the Orpheus and Eurydice story, Greek tragedy, and like you know how it ends. And I went and I was like, this is going to be the only production where it ends happily, and I'm going to love it. And I loved every minute, and it was like fantastic. So, which Star Wars movies 9 at 2-ish hours is 18. Well, see, that's the issue. If I watch all of Star Wars and all of Lord of the Rings, that's like several days of movies. Yeah, more coffee, 30 hours. Yeah, I'll log back on tomorrow with like bags under my eyes. Be like, guys, I did it. And now it's time to go to Swords. Awesome. Yeah. Oh, I love it. You guys are fantastic. And this was like actually so nice. How hard is it not to I know. But the music and the story and the guy who was Orpheus in the one we went to see was Jack Wolf. And he's been in a bunch of stuff, but I think he was in The Witcher, and he was in Shadow and Bone, the like Netflix thing, and like he's been, what are you doing, fella? He had the single best singing voice that I've ever heard in my life. Like truly, like the single best singing voice. And he, like, with the way that he acted Orpheus, by the end of it, like you're agreeing with him and you understand why he did it. And it like was just incredible. But, what are you banging that tail? You want pets? Is that it? You want pets? Oh yeah, that was it. I maybe have to go be productive. Unfortunately, I don't want to, because this was like a lot more fun. I was so happy to have people come and chat, and I thought that was so nice. Maybe we should do coffee chats more often, if that's something you guys are into. I will keep you posted on timing this time, because it seems like telling you instead of springing it on you is probably at least a little bit politer. But you all are the best. I will talk to you soon. I don't know if I can save the live. I might be able to, but in any case, happy Saturday. It was great to see you guys, and go team. Bye, everybody. I'm going to head out here too. I had the Instagram live going. I hope everybody's having a wonderful Saturday. I feel like it was nice to kind of start with people and with saying hello and with the world getting to see Pocket, which I know really was the primary draw. But anyway, I hope you have a great weekend.